Aggregation and composition in the subject Object-Oriented Analysis and the Design. Myself, Dr. S.P. Sudha, Professor and HOD CSE, Dr. NGP Institute of Technology, presenting this video for you. Aggregation and composition are the special type of associations used in the Object-Oriented Analysis and Design. Aggregation is a special type of association used to model a whole-part relationship. In the example given, we can see there are two classes, club and the member. The member is associated with the club with the association symbol called as an aggregation. It means that the member is a part of this whole club. It means that if the member class doesn't exist, it will not have any impact on the club. And in the similar to this club member, we have one more example where there are three classes: car, person and train. Now we can see that the person class aggregates with the car in terms of a driver. It means that the driver is a part of the car. If the driver doesn't exist, it will not have an impact on the car. And similarly, the person is related to the train with an aggregation symbol. Now the person is a passenger for the train. Now if the passenger is not available, then the train will not have any impact over the part relationship. Now we can see the association is also given with some numbers. In the first example, the club and the member given, it is that in the member we have given 0 to asterisk, and towards the club it is 1 to asterisk. 1 to asterisk means 1 to many. 0 to asterisk means 0 to many. It means that the club may have 1 to many clubs. The members can be 0 to many members. Similarly, in the second example, a person is connected to the car. So a driver will be only one. He is connected to a 0 car to 1 car. So this is an example given. And the aggregation symbol is a diamond which is not filled. In the composition, we have the strong form of aggregation that implies the ownership. Now we can see two classes, company and the department. So the department has a strong relationship with your company. That is, the company is the main class, the department is the child class, which have a strong aggregation. If the company doesn't exist, it means that the department will not exist. But in the case of aggregation, if the main class doesn't exist, the child class may exist. Similarly, there is another example where we can see there is a point which is a center to the circle. If the center is not available, then the circle will not exist. Or we can say that the circle is not available, then the point or the center will not exist. So this is again the example given for the aggregation and the composition, where we can see that the engine has a strong relationship with the car, which is given as a diamond symbol which is shaded, which is called as a composition association. Now if the engine doesn't exist, then the car will have an impact on that. And similarly, if we take the person, the driver will have an aggregation association with the car, and again the person has an aggregation association with the train. It means that if the person doesn't exist, there will not be any impact on the car or the train. But in case of composition, we can see that the engine has a strong composition with the car. If this engine doesn't exist, the car will not run the show. Again, the locomotive is again an engine which is given for the train. If the locomotive doesn't exist, the train will not work. And again, if the car class doesn't exist, then the child class will also not be exist. So this is just an opposite of the aggregations. Now this is the difference between the aggregation and the composition. So the life cycle of the part class is independent of the whole class life cycle in case of aggregation, but the life cycle of the part class is dependent from the whole class life cycle. And the notation is used as an unfilled diamond for the representation. Here the notation is a filled diamond for the representation. With the filled diamond specifics, it is very strongly associated. The child class instance can outlive its parent class And here the child class instant doesn't outlive its parent class. If the parent class dies, then the child class also dies in the case of composition, but it will not happen in the aggregation. So I thank you everyone for listening this video.